Body shaming, specifically fat shaming and fat phobia of women, has become a major issue in television series and the film industry. When viewers see their favorite characters fat shamed and hated for their appearance, it can lead to dissatisfaction in oneself and even body dysmorphia. My goal with this activism project is to address this issue and advocate for change. As viewers, we look up to and identify with characters. For example, my favorite show, Friends, is a lighthearted show about a group of friends finding their way through the ups and downs of life in their 20s and 30s. But my favorite character, Monica, deals with fat shaming throughout the show. It's upsetting the way NBC illustrated her body. In throwback episodes like this one, Monica is seen as wearing a fat suit and often criticized for her eating habits. You can see here she's drinking a diet drink and is seen as unattractive for Chandler, who happens to be her future husband when she becomes skinny. This portrayal is incredibly offensive and is still watched by millions on HBO Max today. In a later episode that features another throwback sequence, we see Chandler is absolutely stunned by Monica's weight loss when she comes down the stairs. This teaches viewers you have to lose weight to be admirable and can be extremely detrimental, especially to young girls. This isn't the only time that Monica is fat shamed throughout the show. She's put down for eating cookies at Christmas time and often reminded of how she was when she was overweight. Some may argue the TV industry has grown out of using this narrative, and Friends was from the late 90s and early 2000s, right? Unfortunately, that's not true at all. In 2018, Netflix debuted a show called Insatiable that follows the exact same story. Patty is an overweight teen who comes back to school after losing a ton of weight over the summer. She's now considered the hot girl and given attention from people who never gave her the time of day when she was overweight. Not only that, there is also an incredibly triggering scene you can see here for bulimic people, overweight people, where Patty resorts to binge eating to suppress her feelings. This show was obviously problematic and even features an episode called Skinny is Magic. Obviously problematic and has since been canceled. But, these portrayals are very, very detrimental, and seeing these, identifying with these characters in film and television series is not good for young people. It's not good for anyone, especially women. We look to these characters, we look up to them, we want to identify with them. We want to see ourselves in them. And when we see that they're fat shamed, when we see that they resort to these eating habits, we also want to do those things. I also wanted to shine a light specifically on Black women in how they are portrayed in media and in film. As you can see here in the movie Norbit, a fat suit is being used yet again. This movie portrays Black overweight women as, according to an article by TheRevlist.com, as obnoxious, undesirable burdens that only get men to appreciate them out of sheer brute force. And if you watch the film, that is how they are portrayed. And that's obviously just disgusting. And you can see here she's about to go down the slide, and the other woman at the bottom of the slide just came down in the scene prior. Beautifully executed, gorgeous, because she's skinny, she's so swiftly doing these things. And now that the overweight woman is coming down, it's terrifying, and you're gonna see that she lands in the pool, and it's scary. And it's just an awful, awful portrayal of overweight women, specifically Black women. These are just a few examples in film and TV where fat phobia and fat shaming is visible. It still happens today and needs to be stopped. So, in my effort to banish fat shaming in this industry, I'm challenging you to send this video to 5 people, just 5. I want to get this message across to a wide audience. I will also be sharing it to all of my social medias and urge you to as well. If we identify the problem, eventually we will be able to dismantle it with power in numbers.